the National Football League.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State and the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Today, boy, what a matchup. Two NFL franchises with so much history, so much tradition, getting set to do battle here. As it'll be the Green Bay Packers taking on the Dallas Cowboys. About set to begin another week of football, and happy to have you along. We are underway on Thursday night prime time. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape, up past the 30. Time for Dak Prescott and the Dallas offense to go to work. Prescott, of course, the former fourth-round pick in 2016 out of Mississippi State.
It's been a lot of fun watching him advance in his career. Many people question his ability to throw the football coming out of Mississippi State. He's conclusively answered that question. In addition, a very strong runner and an even better leader.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now Prescott faking it on the end around and looking to throw. To the left side here, and it's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 17 yards on the game's opening play and a quick first down.
What a start here to the ball game. You get the good kick return, followed by a quick first down through the air. If this defense isn't careful, they might be looking at a deficit before they know what hit them.
Off the play fake, Prescott. Short pass taken in by Schoonmaker. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination. Guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And we'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Here's Prescott. Completes this one to Pickens. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd down and 1. At the middle, it's Williams. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Play action now. Prescott. Finding Pickens for another catch. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
Prescott. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. Making that play on the pass rush, that's Devontae Wyatt. 1st and goal looked like things were set up nicely, and now all of a sudden on 2nd and goal, Charles, a big challenge ahead of them.
And you have to know when you're this close to the goal line, things are going to happen faster, so you've got to get the ball out quick. Not going to have much time in the pocket before the defenders bring pressure.
It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Now Prescott. And this one quickly to Lane. 5 yards that time on the completion, and now it's 3rd and goal. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
Prescott on 3rd and goal. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. George Pickens, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Cowboys will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Personally, for him, a great opening drive. He had 3 catches, including the touchdown.
That felt like tremendous scouting, great film watching, and creating a game plan to start this off, not only to get him involved, but to send a message to the defense. You have a lot to handle in this one.
Brandon Aubrey now for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-0 Cowboys. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it was finished off by a George Pickens touchdown grab. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. Oh, look at the juke. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. 6'4" Jordan Love taking the field for the first time. The 2020 first-round pick from Utah State set to lead Green Bay.
And at the start of Jordan Love's NFL career, he had one of the best seats in the stadium watching Aaron Rodgers work. But now he's looking for more than that. Rocket arm, big play potential. And he wants to show this organization that he's capable of being a dependable starter for the foreseeable future.
Now Love. Now he'll tuck this and run. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
10 yards. That's good. For our Packers, first down. It's a gain of 10.
That's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first. The first drive here, and the first time that we've called a big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter, because that will draw the defense towards him in the middle of the field. Now your wide receivers will get involved as this game goes on.
So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it'll be second down.
Well, I see you nodding your head along with me, partner, because it's pretty obvious what they were trying to do there on the drag route. With his speed, they're hoping he can turn the corner and maybe take this to the house. But that was excellent work defensively to make sure once he caught it, he wasn't going anywhere.
Wide open receiver complete. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 28. A gain there of 21 yards.
First down. A gain of 21 yards. And a Packer first down.
First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Packers with the football here to begin the second quarter. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit them, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. Love fires that quickly outside. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Christian Watson. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Packers are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it was all capped off by a touchdown catch from Christian Watson. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. Dak and the Cowboys ready for their next possession. Last series, the ball never hit the ground. 6 of 6, touchdown pass. So whatever he did then, do it again, right?
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of when I watch the best quarterbacks throw 7-on-7 or even routes versus air. They're accurate. The receivers catch it. The ball never touches the ground. Or if you want to take it to basketball, a well-executed fast break, right? Pass, 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 finish at the rim, basket. Yeah, ball never hits the ground there either.
They begin the drive with Williams. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45.
Well, I think after that run, the defense get back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give him 25 yards.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
But certainly as a fan, you get a little bit nervous when you see him make those kind of throws. But they work on that in practice more than we know. And most of them now know their limits and know what they can get away with. And there's a completion right there.
Here's Prescott. Another one to C.D. Lamb. He's got it. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 27-yard line.
Now we give up the middle to Williams. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. 27 yards for Javonte Williams. And the Cowboys have taken the lead. Well, we've said it many times. He is always a threat to go the distance anytime he's got the ball in his hands. And on this occasion, he did just that.
Well, he's definitely the guy that makes this offense go. And when you're an RB1, running back 1, you've got to be willing to be patient at times as well. Not every run's going to be the home run we saw there. But once you get that opportunity and that opening, you take full advantage.
The extra point up and good by Aubrey. And that makes the score 14-7. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. Ooh, with a juke. And able to get this out to the 25. The Packers offense here coming back out for their second drive. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. Love looking to throw it. He finds his man, complete. It's Reed. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield, marking down at the 49. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
24-yard gain on the play.
What an intelligent play as he found open grass and uncovered quickly. A nice clutch play to move the chains. The defense, they've got to do a much better job of accounting for these shorter routes.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Counter play with Jacobs. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
Love. Able to find his man, Kraft. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
That was an okay hookup there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. To throw now, here's Love. He'll get this into the hands of the rookie from Texas. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 31-yard line. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter, 14-7. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Love. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Only a 3 there on the screen at 2nd down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
They'll come up 2nd and 7. To the air again, Love. Wants a screen pass. That's complete. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. So they'll wind up losing 7 on the play. And that'll force upon them a 3rd and 14.
Partner, when you see a screen pass and the defensive tackle ends up making the play, you know that one wasn't sold well at all, because he should be upfield by the time you throw the pass. If not, you end up with big trouble, as we just saw right there.
That's to Kraft, the tight end. And his bid for the 1st down coming up short as he's tackled at the 25. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Matt LaFleur, some confidence in his offense. His guys going here on 4th down. Again, it's Love. Pass taken in by his big tight end. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime.
1st down. 1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. Love now. This is caught. Touchdown. Jaden Reed from 4 yards out. And the Packers are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. And a little time left on the clock, so on the other side, they're thinking, gosh, we'd like to get that lead right back.
Yeah, thanks for pointing that out. Here I am going ahead and tapping out the first half.
Well,
there's still time. They've got to make a decision about what they want to do on the kickoff, whether they want to let their return guy touch it.
Now McManus for the extra point. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it ends with a Packers touchdown. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. The Cowboy offense going to head out now late in this first half. And with a little under a minute to play, they may be looking to pick up some yardage here, maybe try and come up with a field goal to seize the lead before intermission. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Looking for Pickens. He's got him on the out route. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming. Now Prescott. Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Micah Parsons showing off that elite athleticism as he gets the sack.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both of these offenses having their way so far, so maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely. And that sack, finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. So halftime is upon us on Thursday night primetime, and we go off to Orlando. And Scott Hansen for our halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, thank you. Scott Hansen back with you in the studios in Orlando. We've got a close one as we expected. No quarter given on either side. We are all tied up at the break. This one could go either way, so let's find out as they're ready for the third quarter kickoff. Send it back out to the stadium and our commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Scott, thanks very much. And we welcome all of you back here on EA Sports for quarter number 3. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here's the Packers offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
On the ground, Jacobs will get the third quarter started. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. Second down and 6 now from the 26. Throwing. Love. He finds his man. Complete. That's Reed. He continues to deliver a first down here. He had 4 catches in the first half, and this one number 5.
First down. First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Jacobs going to try the middle. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Second and 9. To pass, here's Jordan Love. Throwing left side, and Watson has it. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, and doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Play action this time with Love. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And this is caught. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Christian Watson with his second touchdown of the night. And the Packers have moved out in front.
I know we often laugh, and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His second touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. Now McManus to tack on the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it was all capped off by a touchdown catch from Christian Watson. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
Prescott now. Short pass taken in by Schoonmaker. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. Second and 2.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you get a heck of a tight end candidate.
41 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
Second and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Lamb will go in motion. They'll fake the jet sweep, and instead of give up the middle to Williams. And he stopped immediately there. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
To throw is Prescott. And he's caught by Lamb. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. What a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. And he's got it. Touchdown, Cowboys. Jake Ferguson, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Cowboys have a chance to tie the ball game here in the final minute of the 3rd. So a strong drive here to lead off this 3rd quarter. That has them an extra point away from tying things up.
And partner, this is pretty much what they envisioned when they were sitting there in the locker room thinking about getting things going to start here in the 3rd quarter. Getting out there, a field goal would have been fine. But going ahead and scoring here, extra point away from tying things up, that's exactly how they drew it up on the board.
Aubrey good with a PAT. And we are tied at 21. That time a 6-play drive. And it's capped off for the Cowboys touchdown. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Packers all set to go again. That means we'll see Christian Watson. He's been his typical solid and reliable self, hasn't he, Charles?
When you have that go-to receiver that you can count on in the situation where you absolutely have to have him, there's nothing better for anybody who's throwing the football. But the best part is the payoff. 2 touchdowns already. That's the bottom line when you throw the ball to a guy.
Absolutely. Not over 100 yards right now, but he does have the 2 touchdown catches. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
They work now on 2nd and 9. Operating from the gun. Love. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
And partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Fourth quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Prime Time. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Arlington. All even as we get ready to start the fourth. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
They'll run right here with Jacobs. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Working out of the gun. Love. Pass caught. It's Romeo Doubs. And the tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the first. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. Play fake. Here's Prescott. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered because had the defense gotten it, they were already within a shadow of the goalpost.
Yeah, and then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 10-yard line. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Brian Anger now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. When it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. The Packers offense and quarterback Jordan Love heading back out onto the field. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter. And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
a 2nd and 10. Now Love. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
That's a nice design there, but sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down and force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger game.
This is 3rd and 2, maybe the biggest play in this football game. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. It was 3rd and short, and they go flying past the marker for a gain of nearly 30 yards.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down, that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a 1st down. I think the defense fell asleep with the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Off the play fake, Love. Open man is Musgrave, the tight end. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5.
That's good for the Packers. 1st down. 1st and goal, Green Bay.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and goal, looking to take the lead here in the late going. And it's a Packers touchdown. Romeo Doubs from 4 yards out. And the Packers have broken this deadlock and have taken the lead here in the 4th.
Hey, that score deserves our respect, deserves our excitement. But I'm looking at the clock, and I'm thinking, there's a long way to go in this one.
Ideally, they would have liked to milk a little bit more time off. Now, on the other sideline, you start to get the crew together and say, this is what we practiced the 2-minute drill for, right?
Yeah, you hope you've been in that situation before, and if you haven't, you just have the confidence, hey, let's go down there and get this thing done. But, boy, that's a big score right there to give them the advantage.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. They juked him. Now that should give him a spark. He's across the 40 to the 43. So Dak and the Cowboys down 28-21. A minute 53 remaining. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on 1st down. To throw, Prescott. On the out route, it's Lamb with a grab. And he's going to get out of bounds with the 1st down. So that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the 1st and save a timeout. That's what they need right now. Get the 1st down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Here's Prescott. Screen play set up for Williams. Not good. They didn't move the football an inch, and precious time ticking off the clock.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the Packers' 34-yard line.
try again here. 2nd and 10. Prescott. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And Williams is going to be stopped short of the yellow line. He did not get there.
Partner, you got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now. Desperation time. Prescott on 4th. A man in the middle, and it's complete. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. Here's 1st and goal. Now Dak. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
Aubrey now for the point after. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. A drive that time of 6 plays. And the touchdown and PAT mean we are tied here in the final minute of play. This one all we could have asked for. All tied, final minute as it kicks away here. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Packers offense and receiver Christian Watson getting set for this next possession. And he's looking to finish strong. He has been the star of the show as they have just had absolutely no answers for him defensively. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Now Love. Watson making the catch. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play.
A gain of 12. And the Packer 1st down.
2 timeouts still available in this final minute. It's 1st and 10 now. Love to Dobbs, and he hauls it in. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
It's now 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6 coming up. Love looking to throw it. Completes it again to Dobbs. And this is not going to be what they needed. They get a few here, but now 3rd down as the clock runs.
Gain of 6.
Very sharp here to start this drive, 3 for 3.
Yeah, I like the way he's running this 2-minute drill. Very sharp, very precise in throwing the football.
A big play here as the crowd noise rises. 3rd and 1. Here's Love. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to have a Packers first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard. So advantage Packers here. They'll possess the ball first with a chance to win it here in overtime. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Green Bay offense ready to take over. Love and the Packers now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. They're quickly out wide. This is Watson.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Opening drive of overtime. Both teams will get a possession, barring a defensive score. Here's 2nd down. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
As a linebacker, you're taught to stay just slightly behind the ball carrier just in case he makes a cutback. But when you find the gap, shoot it. And he found it all right. Took it straight into the backfield and made the tackle for a loss.
Love from the gun. That is caught. And he's going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Love now. That's taken in by Golden. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here. They go back to that well. He's had a great game. Defensively, they haven't been able to stop him. Same thing here in overtime.
And sometimes that goes to the play caller's ego, because a lot of times you have so many different plays you want to call, but when you spot a matchup that's working for you or a player that has the hot hand, keep giving it to him. That tells me you're mature as a play caller, and it's working for them in overtime.
Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. 43 yards rushing for him now as he is just trying to will his guys to an overtime victory. We often give credit to the O-line there two tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
He finds his man, complete. That's Reed. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
I think as he began this throw, you saw that the area was congested, but he has a lot of confidence in his arm, and he fits that one in there nicely. They pick up the catch. Not much yardage afterwards.
They will run it. Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. And it's picked up by the Cowboys. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. And a costly mistake. Coaches talk so much about ball security, and in overtime, so paramount.
Partner, do you ever wonder if maybe they talk about it too much?
Too much, yeah.
Doesn't seem like you can, but maybe by discussing it time and time again, and you know they overemphasized it here, that it almost became self-fulfilling.
And any points beat them here. Field goal or a touchdown now. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. One team squandered opportunity. It's another team's chance to win this thing. They forced that clutch turnover, and now all they need is a field goal here to win this ball game.
Could not be set up much better. Could they a takeaway on defense? Now it's up to that offense to find a way to put themselves in position for the game-winning points. Touchdown, field goals, they don't care. Just find a way to win it.
Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmys and the Joes. And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. They'll hand it off now, Williams. And this is going to be a Cowboys first down as the tackle made it about the 43-yard line. When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll be down to just one remaining as we step aside here in overtime. Now Prescott. Throws a quick hitter on the slant. That's complete. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. At this point now, a field goal would win it. They are in range. We'll see how they approach things on first down. Here's Dak. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
They are in field goal range. 3 points now would win it. Here's second down. Now Prescott. Throw out wide is incomplete.
What would look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Prescott. That is incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. And with just 9 seconds left in overtime, we get whistles and a timeout. So on is their kicker, and it's down to this. This to win it in overtime. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. And it'll be a good time in Big D tonight. The Cowboys have won it. Well, things started off exciting. This one had a high-scoring first half, and nobody let their foot off the gas in the second half either, Charles. And, you know, for them, a really nice victory in a high-scoring output.
You're right about that, because so many times we'll see teams come out slow and take a while to get going, and points become a little bit harder to score near the end of games, as we know, because everyone tightens down. But no such issues in this game. The scoring started right away and held up at a steady clip the remainder of the game.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. It's a win for the Cowboys as we sign off and say so long from Arlington.